All right, guys, welcome to Trading with Meatball. And I'm tired. It's early. I'm still having coffee, and I'm kind of pissed off because the dogs won't shut up. We're going to talk about picking your own setups and why you don't listen to me or anyone else. Okay, I share my knowledge for free, and people think I'm a fruitcake. We're not going to badmouth anybody. That's not our intent. But I'm going to say things I want you to learn from. Okay, and we're going to look at good and bad, and we're going to look at things that come with a grain of salt. But we're not bad mouthing anybody. The only person I ever bad mouthed, I never named him by name, but he was a crypto scammer, and I told him, and I told his rich millionaire friends that were interviewing him on YouTube. They didn't care, guys. They don't care. I'm an old man, and I used to have a lot of money, and I've rebuilt from nothing two or three times, and we're on that path again after losing 60 pounds and almost dying because I took the vaccine. I went from 190 down to 130, and the doctors at the VA and the civilian hospital that charged me $35,000 said that I wasn't sick and there's nothing wrong with me. And so they gave me 12 months to live. And surprise, I didn't die, motherfuckers. And so I'm gaining weight again. And I moved. I packed up and I moved twice until I found an area in between two hills in a little valley. And I don't know if it's a 5G. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but my ex-wife thought maybe, and she could be right because since I got here, I'm gaining weight, and so I'm not going to die. But I'm sharing my knowledge for free, okay? Because I don't want you guys to lose this skill and this knowledge that I have in my head. I'm going to pass it on to everybody before I die. And I want you to learn to pick your own setups without me and without anybody else in your head. I spent 6 months in the desert, isolated myself when I thought I was dying. And I said, I'm going to learn how to trade stocks because I used to be a stockbroker with 300 clients, but that was 25 years ago. And I swore I'd never trade again after an ugly divorce. But I was in my 20s. I had 7 houses and I was building my own neighborhood. I had 60 grand in IRA and I had about 18 in the market and another 160 grand worth of real estate. That was what the judge estimated the equity was in the real estate. So I had money. I was in my 20s. And you see a lot of guys on Twitter, and this is our Twitter, and these are the people I follow. You can look. There's a lot of imposters. Like I have a Shinobi, but there's 1,000 Shinobis. I got Ace the Kid. There's 1,000 Ace the Kids. You got to be careful. You're following the right Ellie. She's got 20 imposters. Whale, not the whale. I'm the whale. Who's the whale? There's 1,000 whales. So be careful who you follow. There's imposters. You can check my profile and see who I'm following if you want to follow the guys I follow. But you need to pick your own setups. And that's what I teach, so that you don't have me in your head or anyone. And I tried all kinds of things when I was in the desert. And we're going to talk about things that work, things that don't work. And you should learn a little bit from everybody, but don't follow blindly into anything. And yeah, our internet sucks here, but we're working on that. There's only one company, and we're trying to get something else going on. All right, so let's just start here. On my journey, I had traded stocks, but I was just a young kid pumping the phones, and that was like 1999, 97, and the asshole Jim Cramer, he's an ass clown. He was ringing a cowbell, screaming at people to buy stocks when the Dow was 12,000, and then it crashed to 5,000. And he went on the apology tour for 12 months, and then 12 months later, he was screaming like he's a god. Oh, I know everything. Oh, no, he doesn't. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. What you do is you take people's knowledge and you put it in your toolbox. And yes, I share my whole screen. I could care less. I'm not the professional video editor. I'm not trying to build a Discord and make $1 million off you guys. I ain't selling nothing except toys on eBay, and that's my toy store, and we're not plugging it, okay? We're teaching you to trade. StockTwits, stay the fuck off of this website, stocktwits.com. Don't even go there. There's a bunch of morons that pretend to be gods, and they say, I'm a god, and these people are talking about ape. I'm not bashing ape coin, but you can go to any of them and look. There's guys on here. I rule. I'm the god. It's going to the moon. See? And they're creating FOMO, fear of missing out. I got to get on it. I got to chase it. Stay off StockTwits. Just a bunch of tards on there. I met some nice people, but a lot of them. There's a guy named Pajama Trader or something, and he was right 2 or 3 days in a row. And so then when he was wrong, and I lost a shitload of money following him. This is a couple years ago. A couple years ago, I started trading out of boredom at work, but the last 6 months, I isolated myself in the desert so I could get away from people like Pajama Trader, who he posts on there, I'm a god, kneel down to your god, and then he's wrong, so he won't go on there for 3 or 4 days, and you'll never, and then 3 or 4 days later, he's back on there like it never happened. And if you confront these guys or tell them, hey, you fucked up or you missed, they just block you or mute you. They're not even selling anything. It's probably some little kid. He's lonely or something. He's just posting shit on there. Stay the fuck off of stock twits. Don't even go there. Twitter's a gold mine of education, and a lot of it's free. Shinobi's a great coach. Jordan hosts free spaces. You can listen to them trade. They trade a lot, though. Don't try to take all their trades. Ellie has a Discord. Everybody's got a Discord they're selling for 50 or $100 a month. They're good, some of them, okay? And I love Ellie. She has discipline and patience. Draw lines, make money. She is super smart. All of my ladies are super smart. There's 2 or 3 on here, and I picked up another one the other day from Mindy. I can't find her. I'm sorry. There's another lady. You can check my profile. Oh, right here, right here. So I got smart ladies, okay? And yeah, they have businesses, they have corporations, they have LLCs. They're selling their Discord membership, but they also provide education and content. And Shinobi's a great coach, and so is Darth Trader and King Capital. And so there's free education on YouTube. There's free education on Twitter. And we want you to learn to pick your own setups like this. Okay. This is the 20-day moving average. I trade a 5-minute chart. Learn how to read candlesticks and look at the volume. Okay. And that's the kind of stuff we teach. Okay. So that you can know when to get in. This is a retracement. It runs. We don't chase. Okay. We bought down here when it went below the opening print, which I mark with a black line. Always mark the opening print. Thank you, Jake. And then it runs. You don't want to chase it. You got to wait for it to come down a little bit. And they don't always do it, guys. They don't always give us a retracement. Tesla goes up 20 points at the open. It just keeps going. No retracements. I'll sit there and watch it. I've lost so much money chasing things. And so we talk about mistakes. I want you to learn from my mistakes. And people like Pajama Trader asshole never makes a mistake. He's full of shit. All right, so let's talk about my teachers and how you don't listen to me or anyone else. Okay, this is a good one. I posted that the news was coming out on Rivian. This was Thanksgiving, and I told everybody retracements, below the 20-day moving average, and I just showed you the chart. I'm teaching you the setups, guys. I'm not just giving you hot tips. And my whale guy was talking about strategies, and he has rules he follows for this trading a small account from 2,900 to $500,000 in 5 months. Okay, there's a lot of guys, and I love Not the Whale. I follow him. We're not criticizing him. We're learning from the other education and content that people put out there. Let me be very clear about that. I follow this whale guy. We're not criticizing him. We're learning from everything that other people put out there so that you can learn to pick your own setups and you don't have anybody in your head. The best days I have had, and I've had 74,000 in my account a couple years ago. I've posted screenshots and it's on my channel trailer. And the video I posted on last night, of my account where I regrew it to 10 or 15 grand using a few $100. You watch these millionaire guys interviewing each other. It's like a big circle of friends where I interview you and you interview me. And, yeah, they have lots of money and they figured out a system that works. Some of them sat in their mom's basement for 6 years to figure it out. We're not going to criticize them. That's 6 years out of that guy's life, man. I respect him. And then he's sharing his knowledge and his mistakes, in the YouTube videos and stuff. But my point is, you have to learn to pick your own setups. My best days are when I listen to music and I close the email and I turn off the phone and I just jam the music and I watch the freaking charts, man. I don't want anybody in my damn head. I will decide when I go in, I will decide when I sell. But I'm not blind. I mean, I follow the news and I look at the economic calendar, and you can get one. Here it is right there, economic calendar. You want to pay attention to who's speaking and when they're speaking. If the Fed's going to run their mouth at 2 o'clock, maybe you wait. Or if there's numbers coming out, there's data, PMI, CPI, all those numbers. If there's numbers coming out 30 minutes after you open, maybe we wait. There's a lot of shit we're looking at. What day of the week is it? Is the market closed tomorrow? What time is it? Who's talking? There's so much shit to follow if you're going to do this yourself. And so you can do it, though. You can do it, guys, using basic principles and nothing but a chart. and not chasing it and wait for retracements, and you could just not learn anything else, and you could do that. I trade a 5 minute chart, by the way. If you're following somebody that trades a 1 minute chart and you're trying to trade with them, it won't work out the same. And so that's a valuable piece of information, right? All right. So let's look at what Whale posted. He posted a small account and how he grew it. And these guys that interview each other, they all say, here's my small account challenge. I'm going to grow 1,000 into $1 million, and you can follow my journey. And they're not bullshitting. They're doing it and they're showing you most of the time, I guess. I don't know. But I saw a funny interview, and I won't name any names because I love the guy and I love the guy he was interviewing. And they were just talking, and they were saying how, oh, I don't do small account challenges. That's bullshit. That's just for people trying to grow a brand new Discord. And then in a half a second, they both changed their fucking mind and said, oh yeah, I have done a small account challenge. Okay. And these are guys I learn from and look up to. So nobody's perfect and everybody does it. I don't have no small account challenge. This is my goddamn life. I walked away from a $400,000 brick house and a fancy government job making 100 grand a year because I wasn't happy, guys, and my right arm wasn't working and I was losing weight and they said I was going to die. And I said, fuck it. I grabbed my dog and my laptop and I went to the desert and I isolated myself and I walked away from everything, guys, everything. And I almost starved to death. And I reached out a few times to people on Twitter that I had supported and paid to join their discords and everything. I didn't ask them for money, but I was almost homeless. I was like a day or two away from being homeless. And I started a GoFundMe or something. Nobody wanted to share my GoFundMe. Nobody wanted to help me advertise my GoFundMe. And so now I'm making money, and multiple streams of income is the secret for me. eBay store, I teach part time at the high school. We publish books on Amazon. It takes a couple grand though, but they did agree to publish me. And so multiple streams of income, guys, and I'm crawling out of the hole. I found somebody that will help me as far as housing, and it's it's a Fight Club house, but I'm happy, man. I have one person in my corner now pulling for me, and that's all it takes. And I'm in your corner, guys. If you're broke or homeless and you need ideas, I have a video on that, and you can always message me, and I will help you figure out what to do and how to get out of there. But let's look at what he posted on the small account challenge and let's learn from this. Okay. There's some good stuff in here. Sell into momentum. Okay. Identify patterns. And I always say I like to wait 30 minutes to see if they show us their cards. But you got to sell into the profits. Take the profits. I don't care if I do a trade for $68 and it goes to 85 bucks, I'll sell it. If I do a trade for $500 and it goes to 525 or 530 and I've been holding it for an hour, I'm out. I want green profits. I'm not going to hold for the home run hoping it goes better. A bank charges you, or a bank will offer you a CD and they pay 0.029%. And now they're up to 4%, for 18 months. 18 months, we do that in 18 minutes or 18 seconds, man. I switch screens, I'm up 18%. And so fuck a bank and fuck a CD, and you can keep that 0.029. That's a joke. Use flow for confirmation. Okay, guys, there's a lot of indicators like hedge pressure and order flow and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that. Don't blindly rely on anything. He uses levels. He uses Bollinger Bands. I like Bollinger Bands. I have them, Bollinger Bands on here. Okay. So, full transparency, he says he had a video where he lost 200 grand. It was his biggest day ever. Honesty, guys, honesty. And that's, again, this is one of my teachers. I like the guy. And so, well, not a teacher, but he's a guy I follow and I learn from him. And I support him and like his posts and repost his stuff. Don't put negative shit on Twitter for these guys. If you don't like them, they're just going to block you or mute you, and then they won't help you. Okay. They're trying to build a business, and so take it with a grain of salt, but do not criticize them and blast them if they're wrong. We like to admit when we're wrong. I post videos talking about my mistakes. He's talking about his mistake. Let's give him applause and pat him on the back. He's talking about when he lost money. So we can learn from losses too, big time. I criticize myself every day and I look at all my trades. And so for this week, we'd have to look at the SPY, but I bought into the SPY. Oh, here's a mistake. Let's look at this. Trying to catch a falling knife. Okay, so this thing was doing a dump and I was buying calls on the green candles. That's trying to catch a falling knife. I finally caught it down here and thank God it bounced up a little bit. These are mistakes. We don't try to catch a falling knife, okay? You wait for the rebound, okay? So learn from your mistakes, guys. And let's go back to the whales posting, okay? He says 20% of his portfolio. So, and then he has 5 trades a day. Okay. So if he has $1,000, he's doing 5 trades at 200 each. So you have your own methods, but I like that. People say, oh, don't bet your whole account and hold cash. Okay. So if you have $1,000, maybe you have 200 on the side and you're trading with 800. Okay. And go ahead and trade your pants off. And if you lose the 800, you got 200 to start over. I posted a video last night. I have a little account I keep $50 in. Okay, we're trading $1,000 to $2,000 as an old man that's rebuilding after a divorce, and as the account got bigger, if I had a couple $100 and I got it up to 14, 1500, I had to cash out to pay bills, guys. And I was hungry, I was starving, I was dying, and now we're getting past that, and the account's growing again. Okay, so you could put a zero on the end of all these theories. He's talking about his a portfolio, and maybe he has 100 grand in the bank, and this is the play money. So don't always criticize somebody for, we don't know all the facts. Jake is a guy, he's I don't know his full name. He's got a lot of imposters. He does YouTube videos, and you can watch Umar's interview with Jake, and Jake talks about having 100 grand in the bank. Excuse me. He puts 20 grand into trade, and he can blow up his account knowing he's got 80 grand in the bank. That's his trading money, but he doesn't put it all in the account. And so that's another thing, is that I like to trade aggressively, and I don't want any constraints. Okay. But I also won't have all the money in the world in that account. That's my play money. And I have some in reserve. So if I have a bad week or I blow it up, then I'll put a little bit in next Monday and start over. He's looking for 20 to 30% gains. Genius. If you get anything out of this video, get this. Sell into 20 or 30% gains. This whole account's up 4% in one day, and that bank gives you 18 months for that. What? Cut losses. If it's down 10 or 15%, sell it. I have to disagree with that. We're buying options. There could be a 20% spread. You're down 30% as soon as you switch screens. Okay. So, take it with a grain of salt, learn from everybody. Right, right, right. Okay. And then he talks about also, let's see here. I don't have a watch list. I trade SPY or I blindly follow that. What? Blindly follow. Don't blindly follow anything. And do not listen to or do not believe anything you hear, even if it comes from me, unless it agrees with your own good reason and judgment. I believe Buddha said that. He says he might blindly follow hashtag unusual trades. And here's hashtag unusual trades. I typed it in. I clicked on his link, actually. It's just a bunch of people posting shit. What? A picture of someone's dog. You just got muted, lady. You're not helping me. Okay, so this guy's posting something. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm just saying you don't blindly follow anything, guys. You don't blindly follow anyone. And he talks about order flow. I love this guy. We're learning from what he posts, though, okay? You don't blindly follow anything. Here's the put and call ratios. And I was in the desert. I tried everybody's method, all the shit that everybody teaches, and I lost thousands of dollars listening to everybody's methods, okay? And so I teach you to come up with your own methods. I teach you to come up with your own setups and draw your own charts, so you don't need me or anyone else. And you'll have a skill inside your head that cannot be taken away from you. If you just go in and say the puts are 700,000, the calls are 600, everybody's buying the puts. Let me buy the puts. Okay, I did that. I did it every day for like 2 weeks. Guess how much money I lost? Don't blindly follow anybody. I don't even look at this anymore. I don't have it on my screen. Okay, let's look at the news. I follow the news. I follow the economic calendar to see who's talking. Here's the news. There's still plenty of time to ride the stock market rally. That's a fucking crash coming. That is a crash coming. They're telling you the market's going to run so they can crash it on you. You're being misled. All the news is lies. It's all bullshit. All the media is controlled by like 6 companies. It's 95% of all the media is owned by 6 companies, and you can Google that. It used to be Westinghouse, Disney, and ABC or whatever. Google it, guys. Learn. Okay, they're fucking lying to you. Okay, I don't believe this shit. When you see that and you buy into that, fuck that. I keep the economic calendar up. I pay attention to which asshole from the Fed is talking when new home sales come out on Monday at 10 a.m. Okay. The home sales drive the economy. I used to be a licensed realtor and a licensed stockbroker at the same time. And so I study the macro picture, the big picture. The home sales provides a lot for the economy because you got the guys building the houses, the guys selling the houses, you got the sheetrock, the roofing, the realtor, the neighborhoods grow, and then they build the Starbucks and the car wash. And so the home sales drives the whole fucking country, man. I might wait 30 minutes after the open because the market opens. I'm on the Eastern time zone. I'm in Pennsylvania. So 9:30 and the market opens and then 30 minutes later we're going to get these numbers, okay? Um guys, I might just sit on my thumb the first 30 minutes Monday morning to see what happens, okay? That's how I trade. And then you got these assholes talking throughout the week. Pay attention to when they're talking, okay? Guys, this you got to be careful out there, and we're not here with the do all end all, but we do know one thing is that they like to do this and pull the rug out from under you and fuck you. And my goal is to keep you trading your own plan with your own setups and your own charts, so you don't have anybody in your head, and not me, not anybody, and that you can go cautiously down this path and make some money, but you don't blindly follow anyone. Okay, you guys can do this. You can. God bless you. Good luck. Okay.